All right, everybody, I fixed my screen and now I'm picking up with Bear. Bear is Guy. Winning. Missed me. A little bit about the treats, but I don't want to tell myself. Bryce cannot consistently come in here and pet him. So he's definitely person by person. I got lucky enough that I had two different people come out and pet them and love on them. And he allowed both of them to do it, but they both, they absolutely both felt like Bandit trusted them more. Which is so funny, because I think Bear trusts me more. He's had about a week off. Actually, it's been exactly a week. So I just entangled him there. Sometimes I intentionally wrap things around their butt just to get them used to it. So I have no idea what he's going to be ready to do today, because I was able to saddle Bandit in full Western saddle today. I'm like, maybe I can do Bear today too. But a lot of that depends on where his headspace is, how good my kids are, a lot of factors. I'm going to ask him to yield his nose. And step up. I'm going to fix my camera angle a little bit. If I can. I don't have my tripod today. But hopefully that gives a little bit better of a view. Now I'm going to ask him to side pass a little bit. We worked on picking up from the mounting block. So you can see he's trying to do that because he thinks I'm asking for the same thing. But now I'm going to ask him the opposite, which is to move away instead of towards. He may get the wrong answer. And he did, and that's okay. The second he stepped away, I'm going to mark and reward. I'm going to ask him again. See that big tail swish? You didn't see that with Bandit because Bandit doesn't mind. He gets a little more offended. Asking for that shoulder to step there. So reward placement matters, and there's a chance that asking him to step away to be rewarded over by me is a little bit more challenging. Good, so I liked that he stepped over, but it wasn't quite enough, I don't feel like, to mark and reward. I'm gonna ask him to step over again. He's very forward. He's trying forward. I'm gonna take that one. I can always ask for more next time. I wasn't super happy with the amount of step I got. Good. He tries forward first. Yeah. He tries forward first every time. So we'll try again. Ask. He's stepping the wrong way. That's okay. I'm just gonna keep my fingers here. Boom. He stepped away. He gets a treat. It's opposite of what I was asking him to do last time, so it's not surprising he's trying the wrong thing. Stepping towards me. Steps away, he gets a treat. So he's learning to move off a leg, even though it's a hand right now. We're using that wall to prevent that forward motion, because if you've been watching Bear at all, you know he has too much forward motion. Good job. I really like that step over. You weren't able to see his feet, but it was nice and clean. Wrong. If you have a kicky horse, which he is not kicky, he has not been kicky with me at all. A little tail swishy. We've never, I know this horse can aim, and he's never tried to kick me. Anytime you have a kicky horse, you always work on yielding those hips. He's not kicky, but he still needs to learn to yield his hips because I'm not going to be able to open a gate on him if he can't move his body over. mad about it. Look at him. Why are you asking me to do this? This is not the way we practiced last time. So some people could get really mad there because it's considered super disrespectful for a horse to swing towards you. But remember, I taught him to pick me up from the mounting block. So he's probably not being disrespectful. He's looking for a way to turn off pressure. As long as I don't take the pressure off, he's going to learn that doesn't work. Look at how much better he was that time. And the more he is certain about his job, the less you're going to see all this madness. So I'm not even going to ask for anything until his front end is facing the wall, so then he can't practice anything I don't like. Look, he's so much less irritated now that he understands his job. He's still mad. Look at those ears, but he's not flinging his tail at me every time. If you haven't seen Bear picking me up from the mounting block, go watch the video because I think it's adorable. All right, we're gonna move away this way. Good scratch. I barely had to touch him that time. He thought about moving towards, and then he made the right choice and stepped away. Shoulders. Wrong. So I don't get more intense. A lot of people would get more intense. He's already bothered by it, so he doesn't need more stress in this learning process. He's not blowing me off. He's trying. He's just trying the wrong answer. I'm gonna go this way. Whoa, that was a very nice step. A little dramatic, but very nice. Yeah, you see his feelings on that? I didn't touch him that time though. He knew what we're doing and he moved right off. I'm gonna ask him to move away again. This is not a beginner horse. This is not a horse that's forgiving of mistakes. Shoulder, shoulder, shoulder. Good. Very good. Good. All right, face his head towards the wall. See how when I move his head, it moves his hips. Ask. Not even touching him. Now that I will get after. Did you see that? But again, Bear can aim, and he could have swung his butt at me. He was telling me, I'm not impressed with your games. Don't want to do 100 reps, which is very much Bear. But he's got to learn the groundwork. So because he told me what he was thinking, I'm turning that nose big. And I'm asking for that hip. Turning that nose big, that's what's going to keep me safe. Moving that hip. Because I got that, I'm going to go back to the hip. Make sure he has enough respect to move that hip away from me. L, place. L, place. L. Place. Place. L, place. L, place. Good. My training dog is practicing her place while we practice this. So I'm going to move that hip by bending that nose, making sure that I control that hip so we get a lot of respect in that area. Always forward. So he's going too much forward, so I'm going to ask for the opposite, back. Good, slack, back. Good, slack, back. know, he does not think this is a fun game. But it is what it is. So he does have a cucumber and some mud on him. I think Bear's attitude today, there's a very slim chance. Does that feel nice? He's like stretching out for me to brush him. Was it itchy? Was that itchy? Yeah. So he's got some cucumber stuck to his butt. Those are going to feel very good for me to brush out. But I'm going to brush him out. Good job, baby. Good job. You're just mad, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious how mad you are. His belly. Butt. You're so mad. Such a mad little mean. Such a mad little mean. Yeah, I would just love to have the time to just come in here and brush or braid everybody's manes and tails. But as of right now, I don't have the time. I'm lucky I'm getting this time to spend with my little ponies. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad, Bear? He's like, I am not for hugging. I am not for hugging. Don't hug me. Don't hug me. I am for eating hay, being a wild horse. Yeah. All right, let's stock up on horsey cookies. What is it, baby?
What are you doing, Mom?
I'm gonna put a saddle on Bear. You wanna ride him?
Mama, I'm going to the training to clean it.
You can go in the training building. I'll be right in. Mommy's not gonna play with the horses much longer. Good boy, Bear. That was a rookie mistake on my end, and you handled it like a pro. My saddle pad's all dirty. So for Christmas, Bryce bought me a new saddle pad, and I could tell that he was spending hours poring over which one to get me, which I thought was super sweet. And this is not my riding saddle. I borrowed this saddle from Paula Gatewood, which I appreciate because my saddle's like, I don't know how heavy it is. It's ridiculous. It's definitely more than 50 pounds. So throwing it over and over and over again on the colts was exhausting. Completely exhausting for me. He's so tiny. So my saddle's so big. This was the only pad I could find locally that went underneath my Billy Cook. This Tractor Supply has like 3 choices, and they're all for like little tiny barrel saddles. So he got mine from Chick's Saddlery, my new one, and it's so pretty, but it would probably literally cover their entire because they're so tiny at this age. Ralphie is a big horse. I have a big old saddle that I got when I started college as a graduation gift, and it was secondhand, and it probably needed like a 14-inch saddle, and it's a 16 and a inch saddle, which is fine because now after having kids and stuff, I fit it. Good boy. Do the same thing from the other side. He's extra nervous. Ralphie is hitting the back barn doors. I have not saddled him officially in this saddle yet. So it's loud, it's big, it's heavy, it creaks. There's a lot more to it than the bareback pad. I saddled Bandit in this saddle, and he was fine with it. I agree, he was fine with it. I think Bear will be okay with it. I just don't think today he'll be okay with it. Well, we're coming off from some time off. We'll see. He's surprised me before. Oh, look at his ears. See how tight he is? He's worried. And I don't want to rush any of their training. I want them to love it. I should have the lead rope tighter. So if you're following me to learn, you should have the lead rope tighter. So they can't turn their head away from you, spin around and kick, or spinning around and run off. You should also be a little further away from the wall than I am. He's had this on his back, but he has not had it cinched up. Bandit has. He's had his little bareback pad cinched up. But, how are you so cute? All right. So I'm just making sure I can adjust that saddle. And so, Bear has never tried to buck under saddle, not once. But I did see him, Bryce said he got out, it was the day all of our pikes first. He said he got out and he brought Ralphie out to catch Bear because Bear is afraid of Bryce. And he said that when he was trying to catch Bear, he was running around bucking and he was being mean, is what he said. But then I turned Bear out a couple days ago and he said, look right there, that's what he was doing. And he was just like barely crow hopping in the pasture. It's actually quite adorable. And I'm like, well, I'm not gonna say you can't buck somebody off, but at least you're not like a super talented bronc right now, because it's always encouraging when you see your colt bucking like a bronc out in the pasture before you put your first ride on. But he seemed like his bucks weren't that intense. Alright, now I'm gonna go make sure I can walk onto the other side and take it off. So that way so he's got that big latigo strap down, but I want to make sure I can come to both sides. And now when I take this off, he's going to feel that latigo strap come, and that pad fell. He didn't take to it too bad. But I kind of wanted him to feel what that felt like, because when I'm putting the saddle on, I will have to adjust that. And so he's going to have to know what it feels like to move around. Again. He's worried about it too, look at him. He's like, that thing just touched me and it wasn't the way it's touched me the last 20 times. You're gonna feel it move around you. All right. I think Bear is more worried about the saddle being on him than he is if I just laid on him. So I'm gonna work on saddling him and then actually getting on him as two separate things. And then I'm gonna put those things together. It's like you know my plans are changing. Alright. So I'm keeping his nose snubbed up. Boy. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. I had a feeling today was not gonna be your day to get saddled. I could just tell when I put your halter on, I could just tell today was not your day to be saddled with this big heavy Western saddle. Let's try again. If y'all see Marshall in his little jacket, he looks so cute, but then he starts getting sideways and he starts looking like a chubby kid in a crop top. And his little gut sticks out, which he's not fat, but he's super fluffy. So he looks completely ridiculous. And we're gonna do this again. My goal probably today is to get this colt to a point where we don't get that tension when I just cross sides. That's probably gonna be my goal today. He's worried. You see how he's moving around? We're just gonna make sure. There you go. Take some of that anxiety away. Make sure we're ending on a good note. Did y'all see him pin his ear a little bit at me right there? He's thinking about nipping me. Not a fan. He's cranky. I need to make sure I can pull that saddle off before he spoofs himself. I'm whistling before pulling it off, so he knows why he's getting marked. So if you only follow my horse videos, when I say marked, I'm marking the behavior I like and telling him why he's getting the treat. The whistle, I'm gonna move it. I like that he stayed still, so I marked it and I took the pressure off. Traditional horse trainers would only take the pressure off. I've found with these Mustangs that I get a lot further. I'm waiting for him to look at me. I get a lot further using traditional horse training methods mixed with food. Because these guys did come off a mountain totally starved, they appreciate the treats, I think, a little bit more. I'm gonna ask him to yield his nose. Good boy. You yield his nose the other way. Don't step on that saddle, because I am borrowing it. It's a synthetic saddle. Shouldn't have left it on the ground though. Alright. I'm a little mad. Just mad about everything. I just kind of knew today was not going to be the day that Bear got saddled, just by his attitude when I got him out. But I wanted at least bring him to a better mindset, since I don't know when I'm gonna be able to work with him next. Ask him to move over again. That effort. He thought about doing pickup, which is different. I'll show you pickup in a minute. So clucking means away. See how forward he wants to be, but he can't go forward. Let me go the other way. That's so mad. Back up. No, back up. Good. Go back again. Good. I usually don't work them until after they finish all their hay. And now I'm remembering why. Because Bear gets kind of angry. Which he's already kind of afraid to begin with, but he gets extra angry. I want that shoulder to move. Good. Let's go this way. I'm gonna let him go finish his hay in peace. I love how great he moved his hip, but he did not step his shoulder at all. There. Everything needs to move over. It's not. We're not doing baby steps anymore. All right, one pickup because it's adorable. Let's just hope I don't fall off my giant bucket. See where you can see. And he has not done it on a bucket before, so pick up. Good job. Boy. Let's try it again. So my hand going up and pointing to the opposite hip. It's good for you to see me above you. Pick up. Oh, try again. Pick up. Now I know my bucket's moving. There's a chance I could fall on you. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. You can pick up here. What are you doing, woman? Good job. Usually I try to feed him over his back, but full disclosure, I don't want to fall off this bucket. Okay, let's try it again. Pick up. There he goes. Now he's in a perfect spot where I can properly treat him. Get him used to my leg being over his back. Give him some bear scratches. I am going to turn his nose and lay it down. Just in case I do fall, I can pull him away from me. So he can step away now. So he's learning to move his hips away and to.